two things. There's some obvious issues here, right? They don't have a vision for the future. But I think that the root cause is that the business started as a web page with links to cool things.
Yep.
And from then on, they never had focus or vision. And the people running it, that was their genius idea.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that was their expertise. Think of Google. Google created an algorithm so that you could very quickly and easily search the entire internet.
Yep.
Algorithmically.
Yep.
Like every company you think of, they have like a purpose. Well, the good ones. Not all of them, but the good ones have like a pretty clear purpose.
Totally.
You know, Microsoft, we know it's enterprise software. Anything you want to do in enterprise, they basically provide. Apple, obvious.
Beautiful, beautiful devices.
Beautiful devices.
Silky touch.
Yahoo started as a web portal, a web page with links to other websites. That's not a genius idea. As you said earlier, like the name was another portal, basically.
Yep.
And even though they were early to email, because that was a natural extension, well, emails, we have heaps of money. Like we'll provide email, we'll provide news, we'll provide search, all of these things. They never were experts in it. They never had kind of a vision of what they wanted to be. They were always chasing what was already popular, buying Tumblr because, you know, social media was big, buying GeoCities because, people need a place on the website. That was, I guess, proto-social media, as you said, blah, blah, blah. They never actually had like a vision for the future. And so they were always chasing, and they never actually had like talent. Like even Zuckerberg, okay, you can say what you will about Mark Zuckerberg. He had a vision of a social media network connecting the entire world together.
Yep.
Like a network effect that went over the entire world. That was his vision. That's what Facebook was going to be. And that's what he wanted it to be. And that's what he saw it as being. Yahoo doesn't have any of that. It went public in like 20 months from being a web page with links to other web pages.
Yep.
Additionally, it had the pressures of like having to make profit. Like once you're public, your books are public. You need to make money. You need to show what your business model is. Even in the frothy days of like the late 90s, like you need to show what your business model actually was. Hence why they went on like acquisition sprees. And the business was an ad. They were the ad-based model.
Yeah.
They were basically a media company. We put ads on media and content, and any service, those early days of like, we don't want like Google's algorithm because it pushes people to other services. It's like any time we're sending people away from our platform is us losing money. So therefore, like we're basically a media business in an internet that doesn't reward media businesses outside of the subscription model. So they're like an ad-supported media business.
Yeah, I think that there was literally like at every stage, their problem was either being too late to particular ways of doing things, or I think the core problem, completely misreading what the dynamics that made the internet work.
Yeah.
And I think they understood it to a certain extent, but the Yahoo's big problem is that they were kind of like, let's install the model of, as you said, kind of like newspapers, media businesses, where it was like, okay, we're going to be the homepage for the internet. And they managed to be that for a very long time. Everyone's going to come here. So what can we do? We can sort of start occupying other parts of the value chain here. Like we can be the finance repository. We can be the email. We can be like the groups. We can be the chat. We can be whatever. Let's just carve off more and more bits of how people spend their time online. But then it quickly became apparent that that's not actually how the internet was going to work. People weren't actually going to come to one place looking for everything. Google is going to sweep in, become sort of like the thin layer between you and everything. And just collect. Down Around now has a Substack where we are running our premium podcast, a second episode every week, plus plenty more goodies to come in the future. So head to downaround.net to sign up.